your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. When a person suffering from dementia or Alzheimer's goes missing, finding that person quickly is key to ensuring their safety. And now, a new type of equipment is helping law enforcement do just that.
One sheriff's office on the Suncoast will soon be using drones, and other departments may follow their lead. ABC 7's Christopher Brantley is joining us now live from Venice with more on this edition. Christopher.
Good evening, Scott and Haley. This type of technology is widely used by law enforcement all on the Suncoast. It's basically a bracelet with a GPS locator in it to help those suffering from a memory loss who may walk away and get lost. This is the sound of a lost person being found. It's called Project Lifesaver, and it's living up to its name.
He fell into some mangroves, which probably never would have been found unless it wasn't for that equipment.
A Venice man with Alzheimer's went missing. Venice police, working with the Sarasota Police Department, were quickly able to find him thanks to one of these bracelets.
Project Lifesaver, since they've been in existence, has had over 3,100 recoveries, no negative results, and everything averages within 30 minutes.
It works off an old-fashioned radio signal. Just put in the frequency of the bracelet you want to find and you can zero in on the missing person up to a mile away. But now it's getting a new age boost. A drone developed by Lockheed Martin, which will find the signal 3 miles away.
People go missing and it's dark and it's rainy and it's dreary. The bloodhound can't get a signal, can't send the helicopter up. I can show up with this and it will work.
The drone itself is not cheap. For the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office, they need $48,000 to buy it. But Community Affairs Coordinator Tammy Wilkie says it will be worth it in the long run.
We've had 8-hour searches that can cost a lot of money, take a lot of deputies' time.
The bracelets themselves are also not something easily bought at $300 each.
It's not going to do me any good sitting in my drawer if somebody goes missing. I want to make sure that they have this if they need it.
Wilkie does regular fundraisers to help those who can't afford it get one. She feels it's far too important to let money stand in the way. Because that drone technology is so expensive, the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office is looking to raise money to be able to purchase the equipment. In the meantime, the Venice Police Department, and other law enforcement agencies are using that handheld device. Live in Venice, Christopher Brantley, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Christopher, thank you. Law enforcement officers in Manatee County are reaching out to the local Latino community to try and better communications. Manatee County Crime Stoppers hosting an open forum tonight. This happens at DeSoto Square Mall in Bradenton near the food court entrance. Leaders from the Manatee County Sheriff's Office, Bradenton Police Department, and Palmetto Police will all talk about their priorities for making Manatee County a safer place.
3 Republican state lawmakers are looking to cut back on standardized testing in Florida's public schools. ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo is joining us with the details of their plan. Dwayne.
Well, Haley, there's a House and Senate bill, both similar bills, trying to eliminate current Florida assessment exams and using the SAT or SAT score as a substitute, along with a few other provisions, which includes allowing school districts to use the paper and pencil option instead of authorizing online exams. Also taking a closer look to see how teachers are evaluated based on these testing options. Sarasota School Board Vice Chair Bridget Ziegler says the point is to create an environment that is focused on education and instruction. One of the main components of the bill is to move testing from the spring to the end of the school year.
If we're testing for the end of the year and understanding proficiency now, well, what's happening with the rest of the year when we're done testing? So there's been a big push that we also advocate for is to see that window go to the last 3 weeks, and that's also a provision in some of the language.
Coming up later this evening on our 7 p.m. newscast, we talk to a group that is not so happy about this bill going forward. Scott, back to you.
All right, Dwayne, thank you. A Suncoast school is harnessing the power of the sun by installing hundreds of solar panels. Workers are installing more than 600 panels at the Outdoor Academy Siesta Key campus. The school was built in the 1920s, and every year around Earth Day, students take part in service projects in hopes of giving back to the environment. This year, school officials decided to install solar panels on all of its buildings, which will save them nearly $30,000 a year in electricity.
85% of our consumption will be generated, from the sun right here on campus is a terrific beginning for us, and we'll continue to look for opportunities to get that closer and closer to 100%. And we do expect to expand our solar initiative to our upper school campus in Lakewood Ranch.
The Out-of-Door Academy is the only school in the area making this type of investment in solar energy. The installation is expected to be complete by June.
And on a day like today, they would be harvesting a lot of solar energy.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Let's get the latest on our hot weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Yeah, if we could figure out a way to harness the energy of lightning during our stormy season, that would be nice too. But the sunshine, it's out there, plenty of it as a result of this area of dry air in the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere. These dry conditions will persist too, it looks like, overnight and throughout the day tomorrow. And on the scale, you can see that dry air extending all the way across the Gulf of Mexico. No real significant moisture in play right now. We will get a little bit more back into the picture by Monday of next week, which brings a chance for a few showers. But temperatures nice near the coast in the mid 80s there to lower 80s up and down from Inglewood to Minnesota. Venice now at 83, 81 at Longboat Key, the same in Anna Maria, but 10 degrees warmer in Arcadia and Mayaca City right now. Northport, you're at 85 degrees and 88 in Parrish. We'll have more in the forecast for the weekend coming up in just a couple. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Right now, President Trump and Congress are trying to avoid a government shutdown as both sides fight over funding and health care. The president is also looking for a legislative win with his new tax reform plan. ABC's Kenneth Moten breaks down where negotiations stand on both of those issues.
Today, President Trump hosted Argentina's president.
My good friend for many, many years.
And directed his administration to investigate if the building of military planes and vehicles is being impacted by rising aluminum imports.
Aluminum is critical to our manufacturing and defense industry base.
Trump focused on the military, while the Pentagon is now turning its attention to the president's first national security advisor. The Defense Department Inspector General opened a new investigation into retired Lieutenant General Michael Flynn, whom Democrats say was warned in 2014 to get approval before taking foreign money.
The Pentagon's warning to General Flynn was bold, italicized, and could not have been clearer.
Flynn's attorney responded, saying he briefed the Pentagon before and after his 2015 speaking event in Russia. The Trump White House dealing with the Flynn fallout by pointing the finger.
His clearance was last reissued by the Obama administration in 2016 with full knowledge of his activities that occurred in 2015.
The president also waiting to sign a one-week extension Friday to keep the government open.
The reason this government funding bill is not ready is because Democrats have been dragging their feet.
Both sides already preparing for the next fight, the new GOP health care bill and the president's tax reform plan.
His tax outline is a wish list for billionaires. Trickle down all over again.
Lawmakers still working on a longer-term spending bill that would extend funding to the end of September. That bill and the vote expected next week. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Washington.
The clock is also ticking for lawmakers here in Florida. After spending days in closed-door meetings, legislators say they have reached a budget deal. The Senate President and House Speaker announcing the deal today, but they have not released many details about the spending plan. But the nearly $83 billion budget will include an across-the-board pay raise for all state employees. There's still a chance Governor Scott could veto this budget. Lawmakers did not agree to Scott's request for $200 million for repairs to the dike that surrounds Lake Okeechobee.
Florida lawmakers are also taking a gamble and casino operation negotiations. Under the latest offer, the Seminole Tribe would not be required to guarantee $3 billion in payments to the state in exchange for adding craps and roulette to the tribe's casino operations. The elimination of that requirement, which would have been paid over 7 years, is a concession to the tribe. The tribe has maintained that federal officials won't sign off on such a deal.
We continue to make significant progress. I'm excited about the direction that this is going.
Lawmakers are also considering allowing slot machines at pari-mutuels in 8 counties where voters have approved them, as well as limited blackjack at South Florida racinos and 2 new casinos in Broward and/or Miami-Dade counties.
Good news tonight for the 5,000 families in Florida who are caring for foster children. A bill that's headed to Governor Rick Scott's desk gives foster parents free annual state park passes. It would also give foster families half-price discounts on campsites, and families that adopt a special needs child in the state's care would receive a one-time annual park pass. Still to come in your Suncoast News, parents being warned about a Netflix series, why some school officials and mental health experts are concerned about teenagers watching the show.
Plus, gas prices in Florida. Will we see a summer price hike? That's straight ahead.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less, featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest to support your head, neck, and shoulders, bedside power plugs, under bed night lights, and more. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less than Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You've got to see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-774-8103. That's 1-800-774-8103. Call now.
It's the season of savings right now during the spring clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Over 100 standard and available safety features make the new Chrysler Pacifica a safe investment for any family. And right now, you can own one for just $24,999. Or get one of America's longest lasting pickups and save up to $11,000 on a new Ram Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill, I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
At Bacon Furniture's spring clearance event, we've slashed prices on our most popular styles. Look for the red balloon for the biggest savings. Save 30, 50, even 70% off throughout the showroom. Bedrooms, dining rooms, sofas, chairs, recliners, and so much more. All at the lowest prices of the season. Don't miss the spring clearance event going on now only at Bacon's Furniture and Design in Sarasota. Nobody beats Bacon's.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
The Wild Broadway series at the Players Center brings you the classic farce, Boeing, Boeing. It's the 1960s, and our swingin' bachelor is juggling 3 beautiful stewardesses from 3 competing airlines. But what happens when Boeing produces a faster plane? Comedy ensues. Call the Players at 365-2494 or visit us online at theplayers.org. Opening April 26th, it's Boeing, Boeing.
A new popular series on Netflix is so controversial, some schools are now warning parents about it.
The series is called 13 Reasons Why. As Lou Young explains, a main component of this show is teen suicide.
A cautionary tale about suicide is the latest binge TV rage for high school-age viewers. Among the 15-year-old girls we spoke with, those who hadn't seen it are getting ready to.
A lot of my friends have watched it, and they said it's really sad, but also they just really enjoyed it. They said they cried a lot.
Yeah? You want to see it?
Yes, definitely.
13 Reasons Why is an adaptation of a popular young adult novel where the central character explains her suicide on audio tape she leaves behind, sending her perceived tormentors on a kind of post-mortem scavenger hunt. Engaging TV, but to some, troubling.
I think it sends a message, a kind of glamorizing suicide.
Watching the show, you may find it relentlessly depressing and hyper-dramatic, but experts we spoke with say it is also unnecessarily graphic and unrealistic. There's concern it could cause some real problems.
We're worried about suicide contagion.
Dr. Susan Hortner is mental health director for Rockland County, where all the high schools made a collective decision to caution parents about the series, relying on talking points published by the National Association of School Psychologists. The fear is students could identify too strongly with Hannah, the main character.
That's part of the concern about the glamorization of suicide, that somehow if you end your life, that you're going to be able to exact your revenge, you're going to be able to have an effect on people from beyond the grave.
Key professionals say is for adults to talk to teens viewing the show.
I discussed it with my daughter, and it made her more mindful of the impact of things that her actions have on other people that maybe she may not have considered before.
Psychologists say it's best if parents watch the show with their children, if not, to make sure the teens know adult help is always available for someone in that kind of mental distress.
Now we're going to head over to Bob and get a check on our forecast.
Right here at Mayaca City Fire Department, the camera set up right there. The wind, not all that strong, but boy, the heat was on. Temperatures at Mayaca City, 95 to 98 degrees today throughout the afternoon, and no real sea breeze coming in. This is basically a southeasterly wind with the temperature soaring there. We could see some record highs. Speaking of record highs, it's starting to feel like summer. Even at night, the humidity staying pretty high. We're seeing some patchy fog forming. These are the records for tomorrow. Venice, the record high is 91, at Sarasota 92, and we'll get close to that. Wauchula, it's 98 degrees. I don't know, but they were there today at 98. They could certainly see that maybe, and maybe even go a little bit above it tomorrow. There is a weak frontal system. It's right there, slicing through Georgia, bringing some showers there. It was very active last night across the lower Mississippi Valley, and that has now shifted to the east. But the main energy with the system now well to the north, so there's not much lift and there's not much push for this front to move through and bring us a little bit of relief here. That's not going to happen. Showers are developing, though, down south into Cuba. The rainy season getting its act together there because that's where most of the moisture is right now. It's all been kind of pushed to the south, and not much rain at all across the peninsula. We'll see a few isolated storms popping up more so over the weekend in the interior portions of our viewing area, pushing off toward the east coast, and that's a result of the temperatures soaring into the mid to upper 90s over the weekend. 84 degrees right now. It's comfortable near the coast. The barometer 29.89 inches, and the humidity at 67%. The high today at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport at 3 degrees above the average of 86 or 83. 86 was the high and 69 was the morning low. And the rainfall deficit just for the year is at 8 inches. But if you look back to October of 2016, that deficit is at 12 inches. So extremely dry conditions here along the Sun Coast, and it doesn't get much better in terms of beach weather. But as far as the fire danger, it's going to be bad in terms of upper 80s to low 90s, and we'll see generally sunny skies throughout the day. And this is the model that shows that front weakens, fades away. And then this high pressure ridge off the east coast of Florida continues to bring us that southerly component to our wind field, and that will bring us into the mid 90s, even some upper 90s. And notice not many showers showing up on the radar even through Saturday. There is a chance we'll get some moisture to move in as the storm system gathers to the west and to the north of us over the weekend. Right now, some snow falling. Snow, that's right, in Wisconsin, Upper Peninsula, Michigan, and also kind of a chilly day all the way down into the Windy City. And then some snow falling as well in some of the higher elevations of the Colorado Rockies, stretching up into the northern Rockies there. Temperatures right now, notice into the 50s and 60s over the extreme northeast, but 39 in Green Bay, Chicago at 46, Columbus nice, 71, and 59 in Wichita, 48 degrees in Rapid City. The cold air kind of staying to the west now, 75 into Dallas, and temperatures over the southeast. In Mobile, it's 86, 79. Into Atlanta, 90 though in Jacksonville. Well, the forecast tides upcoming. Low tide will be at 9:15 for Sarasota Bay, and sunset just after 8 o'clock tonight, and sunrise will be at 6:53. Tonight, mostly fair, 70 for your low. That's well above the average, and warm conditions. A little fog forming in the inland areas. Near record highs tomorrow. The southeast winds turn to the south at 5 to 10. The extended forecast, well, the heat stays with us through Sunday, and so does the humidity. And then a chance for a few scattered storms Monday, Tuesday, and in fact, Thursday, the best chance at 40% as a weak front moves on in. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. No major accidents backing up traffic at the moment, but drivers are experiencing some congestion in the usual places along I-75 northbound near Bee Ridge Road.
Well, if you've been thinking about selling your home, now may be a very good time. Adam Data Solutions says people who sold their homes in the first 3 months of this year saw an average price gain of $44,000. That's the highest jump in a decade. Right now, the average home price in the U.S. is $225,000. That's up 13% from just a year ago. Analysts say the boosts are due to low housing supply in competitive markets.
A nice surprise for drivers. Florida gas prices may have hit their peak, at least for the first half of the year. Gas prices have declined for the 5th consecutive day. The average price for gas is currently $2.44 a gallon. Last year, gas prices peaked in Florida at $2.41 in December. Analysts believe the lowered cost is due to lower gasoline production costs.
That's nice, because I kept noticing them going up and up.
Me too, creeping up.
Yeah. Entertainment news is next. Stay with us.
Introducing the all-new Alfa Romeo Giulia, a performance masterpiece. Race-inspired handling and lightning-fast response times take your drive to the next level. Find yours at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
You might feel like there's too many problems in the world, or that, you as a 15-year-old, 16-year-old can't really make a difference.
It's not always about you. It's not just one person. It's a group. It's a team.
Just that simple act is transforming someone else's life.
It's one of the best feelings in the world.
It'll just make you feel so good about yourself.
I'd do anything to convince you just to be a part of this.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna-Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabein.com.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
Giulia from Alfa Romeo. Appearance. Performance. Power. Find yours at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Bill Cosby says he is blind. In a recent interview with NNPA Newswire, the 79-year-old says about 2 years ago he woke up and told his wife, "I can't see."
Doctors later said nothing could be done to restore his sight. Since then, before performances, an aide would draw a wide yellow line from backstage to the chair on stage. Cosby would then practice making the walk to the chair. The famous comedian says he misses performing and hopes to return to the stage one day.
Country singer Shania Twain is set to release her first album in 15 years. The new album is still untitled, but will include the single Life's About to Get Good. Twain has overcome some health struggles over the past few years. After her divorce in 2010, she developed a vocal disorder, which she thinks was triggered by the onset of Lyme disease. But after physical therapy, Twain found her voice again and took on a Las Vegas residency from 2012 to 2014. Her new album is set to be released in September.
Robert De Niro is making his Snapchat debut as a dog. The actor got a fun lesson on how to use the app at the 2017 Tribeca Film Festival when a filmmaker walked the festival's co-founder through some of the app's fun features and filters. De Niro experimented with the puppy filter, the flower crown, and voice changers, which the 73-year-old found very amusing. There's no word, though, if he plans to become a regular Snapchat user.
It's pretty good.
I don't see it.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Doubtful, but it's fun to look at this.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back.
Love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills, wow, stop stains, and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99, and it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now, and you can double your offer. Get a second Couch Coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.